Seahawks win 29-26. A game-winning field goal from Jason Myers in the closing seconds to advance to 6-3 on the season. Welcome into this post-game edition of Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us as we break down a game that came down right to the wire. Was it the prettiest game? No, but the Seahawks found a way to get the job done. That's what matters. I was telling Smitty as this game concluded, the Seahawks haven't had a game where they've just inserted their will and dominated somebody at all this year, but they're finding ways to win. And at the end of the day, the 40-0 win counts the same as the 29-26 win. And the Seahawks, they started out a little bit slow, took a bit to get going, but they found a way to get the job done. And the big thing for me was Geno. Man, we've talked a lot over the last few weeks that Geno has really struggled and that he has not played to his full potential, that he's held this team back, that he's made a lot of mistakes. And Geno today did his job. This was the best we've seen Geno play in a long time. Now, he was far from perfect, but it was a huge step in the right direction. 31-47, 369 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and made some huge plays for this Seahawks team. Kenneth Walker led the team in rushing, 19 carries, 63 yards. And DK, receiving yards all day. He rules. Had 7 catches for 98 yards. DK was great. The Seahawks had a problem defending Sam Howell in this Commanders team as he had 29 completions for 44 yards, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did a good job of slowing down Brian Robinson. Held him to 8 carries, 38 yards, 68 total yards on the ground for the Commanders' rushing attack. Antonio Gibson led the Commanders in receiving 5 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Great news. No injury news to report. Tyler Lockett left the game at one point, but he came back. So no issues of somebody leaving and not being able to return. So huge for the Seahawks team. You get the win and you come out healthy. Huge steps in the right direction there. What is your one-word reaction to the Seahawks win against Washington? My one word is relieved. It wasn't pretty, but it was good enough. Breathe. Relax. Breathe. That's my one-word reaction, relief. Give me your one-word reaction in the comment section. Let me know what it is. Geno, man, he has been hounded on the last few weeks, and rightfully so. Going into today, Geno had a completion percentage in the last 4 games of less than 63%, threw 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, was not playing good. And there was a lot of calls for Geno to get benched for Drew Lock. And I got to say, credit where credit's due, Geno made the necessary plays. It wasn't a great game from Geno, but it was good enough. And he made the throws he needed to make to win this football game. And think about in clutch moments, too, this year. This game, the Lions game, Geno's found ways to make plays in crunch time. And to me, that says a lot about Geno Smith. It says a lot about this receiving core. I mean, Tyler Lockett was awesome today. 8 catches, 92 yards and touchdown. DK was great. 7 catches, 98 yards. These guys, what's the saying goes? Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. That's what we saw from the Seahawks receiving core today. And how about that receiving touchdown by Kenneth Walker, the 64-yard score he had off that reception? I mean, time and time again, when the Seahawks needed a moment, when they needed to find a way to push through, they found it. And credit where credit's due. I loved it. 6-3, still tied for the division lead. Niners got to win today. You got 2 games coming up with the Niners. Thanksgiving, then a couple weeks after that. Everything's still in front of you. It's okay, folks. It's okay. We can enjoy tonight. Wasn't pretty, but we can enjoy it tonight. When the Seahawks win, you know what that means. Sub for Dubs! No better way to celebrate a Seahawks victory than subscribing to the channel. We reached 44,000 subscribers tonight. Awesome. Now 145. We're not stopping there. For more Seahawks coverage, for daily news and rumors. If you missed out on Watch Party, it was crazy. You need to be with us for our next Watch Party here on the channel. Also, we're doing our mailbags, live shows on Wednesdays. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV. Now, let's tell you about today's sponsor, Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for tickets. This weekend, travel to the great city known as Lawrence, Kansas, the home of the Kansas Jayhawks, where yours truly went to school. Got to see my Jayhawks play some basketball and football. Basketball went pretty good. Kansas, the preseason #1 team in the country, they looked like it on Friday night. Unfortunately, I saw a football loss. But I'll say this, at least I saved money with Game Time because Game Time got me the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. And they'll do the same for you when you're buying tickets to Seahawks games, concerts, other sporting events, comedy shows, and more. And it's very easy. You pick out the game you want to go to. They got the prices listed. And then you see the stadium and the seats, and you figure out the seat you want. You zoom in, and then you figure out, okay, do I like that seat? Do I not like that seat? Once you pick out the seat you want, within a matter of moments, you're checking out. Whether it's Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever it is, it's very easy to use, very user-friendly. And what we're offering our viewers here on Seahawks Today is a $20 off promo code, Seahawks Chat. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. Try out Game Time. Save some money today. Promo code Seahawks Chat. Terms and conditions to apply. Download Game Time today. Save some money for the next event you go to with Game Time. All right. Moving on now. Let's talk about some of the other top performers from the Seahawks win, starting with Kenneth Walker. I told you a couple days ago when we were previewing this game that this Seattle Seahawks team did not need to shy away from the run game. That what we've seen too many times from the Seahawks is not only do they not run the football enough, but they get away from running said football. Today, 19 carries, 63 yards. Kenneth Walker was solid on the ground. But as a whole, had 120 yards. Zach Charbonnet was solid, 44 yards. I mean, we even saw Geno scramble a little bit as well. To me, that was good to see. More of the run game, over 120 yards, close to 5 yards a carry. To me, that was a step in the right direction for this run game, for this Seahawks team to be able to do what they did. Who was Seattle's MVP against Washington today? There's a lot of different answers you could go with. You go with Geno. You go with Kenneth Walker. You go with DK, Tyler Lockett. I mean, if you want to go defense, I mean, there's a number of guys you could go with there as well. I mean, from Leonard Williams getting involved, we'll talk about him in just a second. Bobby Wagner, among others. Chime in the comment section. Give me a name. Who's the MVP today against Washington? The numbers for the Seahawks here. Holding the Commanders to 356 yards. Wasn't a perfect day. Under 300 yards passing. 68 yards rushing. They did create a critical turnover, a fumble that they very desperately needed. But for me, I loved what I saw from Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams getting active, getting involved. Remember, he's still learning this scheme. And Leonard Williams still had 2 tackles, including a sack, in a huge moment. Leonard Williams was fantastic. I loved what he saw. A huge step in the right direction. Seahawks offense, their numbers against the Commanders. Close to 500 yards of total offense. Close to 400 yards passing, 120 yards on the ground. But as I point over here, there we go, my finger went away. The big thing, turnovers, none. That's been a problem for the Seahawks this season, has been taking care of the football, whether it was Geno through the air or the run game, whatever it may be. They took care of the football. That was huge for this Seahawks team. More like that. You win the turnover battle, you win. It's simple as that. Seahawks did that today. It was huge for this team. Now, here's where we're at. 6-3. Tied for the division lead. Schedule is about to get very, very tough of what's ahead. Niners twice. Cowboys. Eagles. Just a number of teams here in this next stretch. Now you really reach up there, pull those belts tight. It's about to be a doozy. What's your confidence level right now? I feel pretty good about this team. I give it about a 6 or a 7. I'm not overly confident, but if all goes according to plan, this should still be a playoff team no matter what. What's your confidence level? Tell me in the comment section. Subscribe now for more Seahawks coverage. Had a great time today, but we're not slowing down. I promise you that much. Stay tuned to Seahawks Today. Should be a fun week ahead for our entire crew. For Smitty, I'm Tyler Jones saying so long. We'll see you next time right here on Seahawks.